Hey there, let's get started with session 7. The topic of session 7 is test taking. Now, everybody at some point in time probably has had to prepare for a test. And you're probably going to have to do a lot more of that in college. So here we are, I'm going to learn about test taking. The first assignment that we're going to do this week is the test taking tip sheet. Remember, you'll be asked to make a copy of this assignment and it will deposit right into your Google Drive. So for this assignment, we are going to explore tips and tricks for doing the best that we can with each type of test that we may come across in our college journey. And hopefully you do know that there are actual hacks for taking each type of test. But if you do not, this assignment may be a larger impact on you. So just as a reminder, this test-taking tip sheet is a 100-point assignment. So that does mean that it does have bearing on your final course average, and you're going to want to make sure that you give this assignment the effort and energy that it deserves. All right, when you get into the assignment, you are going to see the directions at the top and go ahead and read and review them. The first step is going to ask you to actually do some research on the types of tests that we look at in this particular assignment. Some of those will be multiple choice, true, false, fill in the blank, short answer, and matching. Now, depending upon what program of study you are in here at the college, you may see more or less of some of these types. So you're going to do some research and you are going to record the tips, the tricks, the hacks that you find for each type of these tests. And I have got some sample search terms here. So for example, tips for taking true-false test, or how to best complete matching sections of test. So you're going to do that research, you're going to figure out what those tips and tricks are, and you are going to record those on the right-hand side beside the type of test name. And then you are also going to copy and paste the URL from the site that you got that information from under each section of test. If you use the same web page for multiple sections, that's fine. Just make sure that you put the URL in each one of those spots. Once you get to the end of identifying tips and reporting URLs, you're going to see a reflection portion of the assignment. And there are 3 sections to this reflection because there are 3 reflection questions, and each of those is worth 10 points apiece, totaling 30 of the 100 points for this assignment. So do make sure that you answer in paragraph form using college level writing. When you are finished with that, we will then go back to ACA's homepage and we will look at the second portion of this week, which is submitting part 1 of the advisor meeting assignment. Now remember, part 1 is part 1 of 3 parts of this big encompassing assignment. The assignment as a whole is probably the most important assignment that you will complete in ACA. So the advisor meeting assignment is an assignment that has you do some things to look at your degree pathway, and then it is going to route you to an advisor or to the place on campus that does the advising for your degree. You are going to interact with an actual advisor and map out a plan of what you need to take each semester, either for the next few years or through until graduation, just depending upon your personal plan. For session 7, you are only submitting part 1. And part 1, when you go to click on part 1, it is going to ask you to make a copy. So be very careful here that you only select make a copy one time. That then deposits into your Google Drive, and you can just go back to that assignment inside of your Google Drive instead of continuing to make copies. So this is the preparation part. This is getting you ready to meet with your advisor. And it's just a worksheet. You're just going to answer the questions and do the tasks that it's asking you to do. Keeping in mind, your input is going to go where you see that bold red font. So you are going to figure out what your plan of study or program of study or degree or major, we use all of those terms interchangeably here, is at Nash Community College. You're going to record that. You're going to complete this Who is My Advisor form. Do not skip number 2. This is something that you're going to want to do regardless, because you do have to submit a screenshot from your results, and that screenshot should show you who your advisor is, or either give you directions on how to find who that is. Number 2, remember you are either going to complete, this left side or the right side. You will not complete both. You will choose one or the other based upon what that form told you. For number 3, you are either going to make an appointment with a person, and you're going to record that information here, which is the email that you're sending back and forth to set that appointment up. Or if you are advised by the advising center, you're simply going to walk into the advising center because they do not require appointments. And so what you will record in number 3 is simply what day and time you either have gone or you plan to go. When you get into number 4, this is going to review for you the types of classes that we teach here at Nash Community College. And this is just going to kind of give you a better idea of what you're signing up for when you're selecting classes for the next semesters. It's going to ask you about your status. Do you want to be a full-time student? Do you want to be a part-time student? Are you interested in incorporating summer classes into your plan? So that is all you are going to do, is you're going to get this worksheet completed, and that is what you are going to turn in session 7. Keep in mind, though, that this worksheet is part of a larger assignment, which is the advisor meeting. And so even though you do complete the worksheet, you still have to follow up in the coming weeks with getting an appointment or walking in to see an advisor in order to complete the other parts of the assignment. As always, if you have questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. I am more than happy to answer your emails, take your phone calls, or meet with you face-to-face or virtually, whatever way works for you best. I hope you have a fantastic week and keep up the great work.